Welcome to today's morning market snapshot. My name's Craig Erlam, Senior Market Analyst at OANDA. Now, we've just started the European session this morning, so I'm just going to give a quick overview of how the markets have opened before I take a look ahead at today's key events. Now, I think we'll start with the currency markets. The currency markets are actually quite interesting already this morning. We've seen some decent moves in the yen currency pair. You can see here on this chart, this is the dollar yen weekly chart. We've seen some more yen strength early on in today's session, currently up around 0.5%, but what's more important is it's actually now the dollar yen is now trading at its lowest levels since October 2014. So we are seeing plenty of strength in the yen currently. Now, this is just going to increase speculation about the potential for currency market intervention from Japanese officials, whether that be the finance ministry or further maybe central bank easing. We haven't got a policy meeting coming up, but there is always the potential for a surprise batch of stimulus. And there has been these rumours in the markets that some form of intervention will happen if the yen continues to appreciate. Now, of course, this is only speculation, so there is no guarantee that this will happen, and this is not necessarily from reliable sources. Speculation, these rumours do happen fairly frequently, so just a heads up here rather than a direct suggestion that we are going to see some form of intervention. But we are seeing, like I said, the yen trading just below 110.50 at this stage, the lowest levels now since October 2014. Now, if we look at the other space, the other areas, we've got oil continuing to decline early on in the session of just some small declines so far early in the session. European equity markets have opened around 1% lower, so coming under pressure earlier on in the session. Again, I think what we're seeing here in Europe at the moment is kind of range-bound trading. We are seeing some consolidation here. So the fact that we're seeing maybe trade towards the top end of the trading ranges, it maybe suggests is maybe why we are seeing it pull off slightly. We're also seeing US markets pulling off last night, Asian markets overnight pulling off as well. So that may be leading European indices lower so far this morning. If we take a look now at the rest of the session, starting with the European session, because there is a lot going on today. We've got services PMIs due out from the Euro area, Germany, France, Italy, and a number of other countries as well. These are revisions, not the preliminary readings, so they do tend to have less of a market impact. Although if we do see any significant revisions, then of course we can expect a broader impact. UK services PMI due out at 8:30 GMT, so that's 9:30 BST current UK time. Again, this is a very important reading, expected to be 54 up from 52.7, but we've got to remember the UK services sector accounts for around, I think it's 78% of the UK economy currently, so a very, very important figure for the UK. We've also got retail sales to come later from the Euro area as well. And then later on this evening or going into tonight, we've got the BRC shop price index as well from the UK. Just to touch on a few things that happened overnight as well. We had the RBA kept interest rates unchanged at 2%, which is in line with expectations. They did leave the door open to further monetary stimulus. Again, they touched on the fact that they are monitoring the strength of the Australian dollar, noticing that it has, of course, appreciated quite significantly this year, but they didn't give any inclination that they were that they're planning any further monetary stimulus in the short to medium term. So we did see a bit of a rebound. We did see a bit of strength in the Australian dollar off the back of that, but shortly after we did see it trading back at pre-announcement levels. We have seen I'm not sure. I don't think this is going to impact many people really, but we have seen some stimulus from the Reserve Bank of India as well. They did cut their repo rate by 25 basis points to 6.5% and raised their reverse repo rate by 25 basis points to 6%. So they've become the latest central bank to announce some fresh monetary stimulus. Coming up today in the US, we've got some trade balance figures, services PMI, non-manufacturing PMI from ISM, which tends to have maybe a bigger market impact than, say, the market services or the composite PMI. We've got JOLTS job openings, which I think is an important reading, despite the fact that it's still showing on our economic calendar right now as a low impact reading. People are monitoring the jobs data very closely right now for further insight into what the Fed could be planning in terms of interest rate hikes this year. And the fact that we've got unemployment, yes, it rose to 5%, but that rose off the back of higher participation rate, which is actually a positive thing. We've seen some strong non-farm payrolls figures. If we continue to see the JOLTS job opening figure rising, which suggests that more jobs are becoming available, which would suggest that unemployment is going to continue to fall down the road. And once we get to these lower levels of unemployment, then you should start to see more competition for jobs, and that's when you start to see these more sustainable wage growth appearing. So those JOLTS figures are having a more of a market impact nowadays than they have done previously, and therefore I think it's worth monitoring quite closely. And also today we've got the API weekly crude oil stocks. Again, that's later on this evening. This tends to really be the first reading we get prior to tomorrow's EIA official reading. But again, this can sometimes have a bit of a market impact, particularly, of course, in the WTI and Brent crude space, because it tends to give us a little bit of a heads up of what we can expect tomorrow. We've also got trade balance figures as well from Canada as well, for those of you who are trading the Canadian dollar. For more insight and news and analysis, check out the OANDA Market Pulse at marketpulse.com. You can also find out more about OANDA and sign up for a free demo account at oanda.com. Here you'll also get access to OANDA Forex Labs, which has a lot of great tools designed to help you with your trading. Also, for those of you in London tonight, we are holding our OANDA Traders Club, which you can find out more about on my Twitter page today. That's Craig_Forex. Yes, we're holding the Traders Club tonight, so anyone who wants to stop by is more than welcome.